you, Angela, for that one.
For that one.
Yes.
Now, Denzel, on the other hand, they offered him the role. Do you know that movie, Training Day? Mm-hmm. The role didn't call for him to get killed. He was supposed to get away.
What?
In the movie, he was supposed to get away. Do you know that nigga called the producers and the directors and said, it's imperative that I die?
Come on, man.
Now, let me give you another thing. Not only did he die, and they didn't want him to do it, they was giving him a role for him to get away. Not only did he die, check this out. Denzel is going to go down in history of doing something that the average elite star never did. Denzel got shot in his ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In that movie.
So did. I mean, right straight smacking it.
And he let a little white boy. Mm-hmm. He got him this shot in his ass, not by a black man, but a white man. Shot him in his ass. And at insult injury, he begged to get killed in the movie, and they had to change the script, and Denzel did that. Then he gets to the next movie he does and tells his son to sell out in the movie John Q. You sell out. Now he goes in the movie and he tells the people that he's taking over the hospital because they're going to kill his son. And he turns around and does all that for his son and tells his son, when it comes time and you get in a situation like this, you sell out. You kill your son. So he told his son to sell out on his deathbed. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So he was the last one. I thought he would hold out because he was the last one that would do something. It was Avenger because, you know, let me show you. Now, I know it's a pattern because check this out. Your boy got shot in his ass in the last movie. Martin Lawrence in the Bad Boys 2 with him and Will Smith. Right. He gets shot in his butt and his dick don't work.
Right. Exactly.
That's the real emasculation going on.
Right.
And they're killing Jamaican and Haitians.
Mm-hmm.
And here goes again now. He really is. We never see this. I frown upon people introducing new types of people that America is not used to and turning them into criminals. You won't put the Haitians in a movie to show another form of life. Right. So whenever you put them on the Hollywood screen, they're killers. Mm-hmm. The Jamaicans, you won't put them in there on showing another part of life, but when you put them on the Hollywood screen, they're killers. Mm-hmm. Not the Nigerians. We're on a whole other continent. You have never even uttered Nigeria name to the public. People don't even know to this day. Nigeria got fucking skyscrapers that will marvel New York. But you never would know that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They say that Lagos is one of the most modern cities out there, but you never would know that. But yet, they do a movie, The Tears of the Sun, with Bruce Willis, and the only thing they got to do to sanction is to let some old black nigga direct it. And they go to Nigeria, and he go to Western world seeing Nigeria for the first time, because they make sure they don't show you movies about Africa, not unless it's some fucking animals.
Right.
And they go to the shit for the first time, and when they go to the doggone thing, Nigeria is a dictatorship killing up people. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So, killing up people. But going back to this getting shot in the ass, Martin Lawrence did it. And I said, well, I wonder if this is a pattern. Because Denzel got it. So Fred Williamson is supposed to be the new boss, because they're coming out with a Starsky and Hutch.
Okay.
And so, you know, in these movies, there's always the detective, just the boss man. He chooses them out for getting all crazy. So right. Fred Williamson is this one. Well, Fred Williamson's clause was, I get to shoot up something. I don't get killed. And I always leave with the woman. That was his motto.
Okay.
He ain't never going to get killed in a movie.
Okay.
Which I admire him, because I'm tired of going to pay my money to see a damn black person getting killed.
Right.
And so he got this thing. So they said, well, they tried to trick him.
What that's the question?
Let me just get this one thing here. They tried to trick him.
Okay.
So you're not going to get killed. When he got to the set, they wanted him to get shot in the ass. He used this pattern again.
Yeah.
And he refused to do it. And they had to get him shot in the shoulder. But they still tried him to get down with that bullshit. Okay.
What is it that makes what's my man's name? God dog it. He gets all of those, man.
Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah, what is it about him that Hollywood likes? That they give him so many doggone roles. This brother's the most working black in television history. A matter of fact, you can take some of them niggas and put them together. Don't even add up to the kind of work this brother gets.
Man, it's
I don't know what it is about him, but they love.
Since he came in the early 90s, it's into the 40s as far as the amount of times he's been in movies. You see what I'm saying? He was in everything.
Yes.
Some say that what I heard from different people that he is one that won't stop at nothing. When they want to do some type of ritual, some type of satanic ritual or something, in what they do, in their thing on Satan or whatever they do, some shit that they make up, this whatever, they say that he gets down with them.
Okay.
So it's some kind of thing like that, you know. He gets down with them, and he will play any kind of role too. Samuel L. Jackson will, he's got some good roles and some stuff now, but you know, Samuel L. Jackson will also play any damn thing too.
Cause you know somebody you don't see at all no more is the brother Blue Gossip.
Yeah.
Not a word. Not a word, man. I mean, you don't hear a word from like people like Blue Gossip, man.
Yeah.
You know, but the bottom line is, you know, the television again have got us demonized to a point. You know, for instance, like John Muhammad and the boy Malvo.
Yeah.
How they gonna make you believe that these guys did it?
Yeah.
Now, what happened in the very beginning of the sniper shooting that you never heard about Ken Bridges?
Right.
Or what happened to the white truck and the white boy in the truck?
Right.
The first 5 or 6 shootings.
That's right.
What happened?
What happened? What happened to the white van?
What happened to the white van?
Right. First of all, they must be crazy to think. Let me tell you something. That blue Capri,
Yeah.
that's a profile car. Now, I know something about this in law enforcement. Those cars are on a list to stop. That is that car, that Capri car, that Capri Classic, and Impala is the #1 profile cars for dope dealers. So you're going to tell me that here's a profile car. My brother, there was a nigga, my brother has an insurance company. And a nigga was going to jail and left my brother one of them damn profile cars. My brother, and he said, my brother was driving around on that shit because he said, give it to my girlfriend when she comes back to town. So she was coming back like 2 weeks later. And so my brother was riding, you know, they got cars, any car that's running, they be driving them. So there's a car with a fucking car key. My brother cranked it up and started driving that damn Impala, some Capri Classic. It's the same looking kind of car. And he was driving one of them cars, and he was banned here. He had to stop because he was getting pulled over night and day. It's a profile car and stuff, and that's one of those cars like that. And they get pulled over, and I'm supposed to believe that this fool was riding around. And you know the dumb part about it is, you know, they said that when they caught him that day, so they lied so much. When they caught him that day, the Pentagon had a thing at the bottom of the screen that the Pentagon said that John Muhammad is an expert shooter.
Right.
2 weeks later, NBC News comes out and says that they went to his regiment or his platoon or wherever he was stationed, and the people said, we ain't never trained no John Muhammad how to shoot. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Now here is the Pentagon saying something, and these people saying, because we know ain't no Pentagon, these people put what the hell they want on the TV screen because it's all propaganda, and then every now and then they get caught, But then again, they're saying we don't have to get caught. They say we can tell the truth that people too dumb to detect it any damn way.
Right.
It's in the movie Simone.
Simone.
Get that movie with Al Pacino. And he got some software where he make a movie star out of a computer-generated image, and she become huge. And nobody, you can't tell her because she's real. The guy who did the software dies at the beginning of the movie, give him the software, and he makes this movie star called Simone. And whenever he tries to destroy her, they about to lock him up. He about to go to jail for killing off a doggone computer-generated image. And you know what he said in the movie? He said, our ability to manufacture fraud has exceeded the ability to detect it.
That's deep.
Well, that is, this came out in summer, came out August of 92, right before the Gulf War, and right before the Malbo John Muhammad shootings, telling the people our ability to manufacture fraud has exceeded the ability to detect it.
You know, a lot of these consultants want to be occultists and a whole bunch of other stuff, man, for them to put together movies where they put together these movies.
Oh, it's all, Hollywood is all one entity now. As a matter of fact, Hollywood, the news, Hollywood, the government is all run from the same headquarters now. It's all Hollywood. Now you take John Muhammad. In the TV series, they would have you believe that a guy was taking a rifle and put it in a bullet hole.
Yeah, but
in a hole that used to be the hole for the keyhole.
Right.
And shooting out of the keyhole. I'm going to ask you this question.
Let's go.
How could the telescope see?
Right.
If you got a gun barrel going through the hole,
Yeah.
how could a telescope see
Well, you were shooting.
what you were shooting? Now, see, where they fucked up was they showed the car today that they was getting ready to put it on the back of the truck, and it had the keyhole that was gone, which is classic in the black community.
Mm-hmm.
Them old cars, you lose the trunk key, you bust out the keyhole.
Right. Punch
Or
out.
when somebody robbed, they just knock out the keyhole.
Right. Punch out.
So my point is, I'm trying to figure this out now, because this is about the young boy. How can a expert shoot a gun that's supposed to have a scope on it? Then I pull this shit off on American people and nobody asked this damn question. I'm going to ask you this now. You got a keyhole that's missing. They say that they use the keyhole to stick the barrel of the gun down to shoot out the back of the car, right? Now, this is what I'm trying to say, something that's very impossible. That means that the scope has to be in total darkness because the scope could not stick out the keyhole. The keyhole is this big.
Right.
So how you going to get a barrel out of there and you have a scope? And I'm supposed to believe that these people are expert shooters.
Right.
And then they said that John Malvo, who was a little boy, who ain't got no training, gonna kill people.
Right. He was the trigger man.
Was the trigger man.
Yeah.
And kill people from a gun sticking out of a damn keyhole. And they put it against American people, and they don't buy it. And they buy it. You wanna know why? Because here goes again. Thought is something that's obsolete. Wherever it is, it's not in this country.
No. You know what's funny you said that because overseas, the favorite saying is, you silly Americans.
You silly.
You even hear it in the movies.
You silly Americans.
You silly Americans.
You silly Americans.
That's right, you silly Americans.
You don't think, well, for damn, now check it out. Now, I'm supposed to believe this now. That this man is running by with a gun with a scope that's black. Have you ever been in a goddamn trunk?
Well,
I've been in something close to it.
You're close to it.
And I'm trying to tell you there is no way. My point, I want to ask you this question here too. Now, on the movie, they had a little movie that came out, and ironically, they put the movie out the day before the trial. Let alone Chief Moose being in the same damn unit as John Muhammad and not supposed to know anything about him.
Same unit, huh?
Same unit. They put the movie out, and so the movie has figured out, well, we can't tell that lie of the trunk hole that they showed in the car that it was doing. So they put a hole about this big around in the movie.
Right.
And stuff like this. You still can't get no scope.
Nope.
Or no kind of shit like that.
And the barrel.
And the barrel. Do some shit like that.
Right.
And they got him on there to my free your mind, giving black statements, statements that, the esoteric people say they got him, John Malcolm. They got the little boy shooting. And they talk about free your mind, free your mind. And he's supposed to train this little boy to kill all these people. And I'm supposed to believe this shit. I'm supposed to believe the chief moves that, and here, where was a police officer in D.C.?
No, he was in Montgomery County, Maryland.
Now, I do believe Montgomery County, Maryland got their share of crime. Yeah. I know niggas that the guy in D.C. that was dying in Montgomery County, Maryland.
Yeah, I mean, more so PG, man, Prince George's, but Montgomery County, too.
Right, now, I want to ask you this question here. How you going to be a decorated veteran, saw some warfare, you see people dying every day, and you're going to get on TV and cry in front of your men, and I'm supposed to leave this goddamn shit?
Wag the dog.
Some dramatic stuff. When they wanted to do the war in the movie Wag the Dog, they went to what? A Hollywood producer.
Right.
This is what this shit is.
Because it's amazing, all of a sudden a book deal come through right after right after he announced them as the sniper, he disappears.
Yeah.
Now most
quit
people,
his job.
Now most people get celebrated when they do something like that. Normally people get celebrated.
That's right.
When they make a big capture.
Right.
Or something. But he disappears.
Right. And don't emerge with the book and the movie until the goddamn time for the trial. Now here's the other one. John Malvo said that he was under mind control.
Right.
The mama testified to that.
Right.
They even said they had the boy eating crackers and honey and stuff like that. Things that is consistent with mind control. Now check this out. If you believe that or not, he has a right to holler that. I mean, he's a minor.
Right.
Now check this out. They say it's ludicrous, the mind control theory. But yet 30 years ago, they got a white woman in a bank with a big ass picture of her with a big old submachine gun. No, a machine gun. A machine gun. And a big ass picture of her, and she's a grown woman. Patty Hearst. She goes to court, and they buy the child. They buy the
insanity.
The insanity
plea,
or the mind control plea. 30 years ago, and here it is. 30 years later, here's a guy that's a minor, a child,
and he don't buy it.
And you ain't got no pictures of him. You ain't got no proof he shot nobody.
Right.
Only thing you got proof is they sleeping in a goddamn car.
Right, eating chicken.
Yeah. And yet, we don't buy the shit. And here's the Ken Bridges thing that what people don't know. I know his wife.
Well, look, hold on. Let's come back, because I want to touch on that briefly, man, because a lot of people know who Ken Bridges is.
Yeah.
And we need to let people know who is Ken Bridges.
Yeah.
We're going to fade to black. We're going to come probably back there, man. We were talking about the brother Ken Bridges, man. You know, that people, a lot of people don't know about him that got shot.
Supposedly, allegedly got shot by the D.C. snipers. Ken Bridges had a deal with some products and stuff, multi-level marketing called what, Montauk?
Something like that.
And he had just signed a couple of $1 million deal.
Multi-million dollar.
Multi-million-dollar deal with this Montauk thing. He's a businessman. I knew him personally because I spoke at his house back in '96.
Okay.
His wife, what's her wife's name? It's on the tip of my tongue. It'll come to me. His wife, he and his wife had me to come speak at the house in '96. So I knew him personally. When he got shot, this is what the wife said. That he was in a meeting in D.C., drove down to this meeting in D.C. She said that he was on his way back to Philadelphia after the meeting. They called him on his cell phone and told him to come back to the office. They needed to tell him something. When he got back there, they said what they said, and then they told him that there's a sniper, and here's a list of gas stations to go to, but not to go to other ones. Gave him ones to go to, and he went the very gas station that he went to, the first gas station he went to, he gets killed by the sniper.
Oh, supposedly.
Supposedly, he gets shot.
Right.
And you know they didn't talk about it they didn't even put his name. They didn't have to show his picture for a while. They didn't say nothing about this guy or anything. It was a conspiracy to bump off this brother.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? To bump this brother off, and that lets you know it was planned. Whenever they plan these things, whatever these things they do when they're killing people, they factor in certain people that they want to get rid of to make them casualties.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that they can blame all this on.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's the DC sniper, no one would think that, oh, he got killed because he was making this multi-million-dollar deal. You see, same thing with your boy, Reginald Lewis.
Reginald Lewis.
Yeah. Bought Beatrice.
Right.
Back here in the day. They thought that he was just gave $1 million to Harvard Law School.
Mm-hmm.
Of all things to give money to.
Right.
That's like giving a cup of water to the fucking damn Atlantic Ocean.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't even run off fucking money.
Right.
But you know, he just thought he was this nigga that just, you know, I can make it and I can do all of this, and didn't know that he was a nigga.
Right.
So they sent this nigga a cell phone for a present.
Mm-hmm.
10 years ago. And this nigga get a cell phone, next thing you know, he comes down with brain cancer.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, and dies. So, obviously, this guy, he was going to do some major things.
Mm-hmm. Very
you see?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and it was going to be mostly black. And they took him on out. You know, Magic Johnson can come, and yes, he does do a lot for the black community.
Mm-hmm.
But that's white folks behind him doing a lot for the black community. And he's investing in that and using his name.
Yeah, well, you know, for that reason, I like him. But I don't like what he's doing with that pharmaceutical shit.
Yeah, and I'll tell you about that now. On one hand, he did say this on this Travis Smiley news show. He said that we got all these black people in the NBA, and they doing all their little bling bling and all their little personal shit. And he was trying to tell them that in actuality, nobody's telling you to be foolish with your money. But we're talking about an investment. When you invest in things, a lot of times you don't even need your own money.
Right.
So he says no excuse for them to invest in the black community when you can use your name. There's several ways you can do this thing with other people's money, and because you are who you are,
you can endorse it.
You can endorse it, or you can get people to invest. You can do certain things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Based on your name.
Based on your name. You can take some money and say, well, part of this endorsement I'm going to use to invest in some things. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many ways to do it where you don't have to do shit blindly and foolishly. You see what I'm saying? He said, but for them not to sit back and do nothing, and he got 40-something businesses. You know what I'm saying? And all these things here, you know, 5 movie theaters, 2 TGI Fridays, 37 Starbucks. There's an American Express, Burger King, all these different things. And for you to be in a league of hundreds of people and nobody do nothing, that's a savage act.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's a part of their contract. They ain't telling you.
It got to be.
It is.
Because
it's a part of their contract.
Yeah, because none of those stars, man, the entertainers, they don't come. None of them come back to the black community. They help them at all.
And we ain't talking about just national basketball. We talking about NFL,
hockey, baseball, Hollywood, all of it.
All of it. It's a part of their thing that they would use him because he paid the heavy price. They forced him to retire with the AIDS thing, which he don't have.
Which he don't have, right.
You see what I'm saying? They tell him, look, we will give you all this stuff, and you can be the only black person that invests in the community. So in so many words, he's really not making a dent in anything. Why? Well, I'm going to tell you why. If you got 40 million people and you're the only one, you're non-existent. That means you're just like a white corporation.
Right.
It's only when you get a standard of people,
Right.
run of the mill, that it becomes evident that you are uplifting something.
Right.
So that don't mean nothing for one person to do it.
Right.
You see, the whole thing is the rest of the NBA is not going to do it. The white man is understanding here. You see what I'm saying? On this particular level. So they don't do it because they can't. They have to, that's a part of their contract. I found this out about 7 years ago. That they can't invest into the black community. And these niggas don't say nothing because they're still working.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And so that'll be a direct termination of their contract.
Mm.
So they can't invest into the black community. That's a part. In slavery, you can't make a certain amount of people, give them the acquisition of wealth and also power too. Mm-hmm. So they will give one person this type thing here. Meanwhile, he reversed all that because he's getting people killed with this fucking AIDS shit.
That's right.
Because people don't understand.
Right.
The AIDS don't exist. It don't kill you. It's the pharmaceuticals that kill you.
What about the AIDS test itself?
The AIDS test itself is, in fact, another conspiracy. Now, let me give you this conspiracy. They will call you up, because this has already happened. I'm not talking about a theory. I'm talking about what happened. They will call you up, and this is what they're going to start doing to people. They will say to somebody that you know have tested for AIDS, and they've named your name. Number one, it's a lie because they can't divulge who it was.
Right.
You see, no. I got a right to know who the fuck it is if somebody called it my goddamn name.
Right.
That's bullshit.
Right.
But they'll say, but it's a scare tactic. They'll say, of course we can't divulge who the name is, but this person is tested positive for AIDS. And they'll name your name. This is to scare you. The first thing you thinking is, oh fuck, I got AIDS.
Right. Let me go to the doctor.
Let me go to the doctor. Now, they say, of course, we cannot force you to take the AIDS test. You see, you got that level yet.
Yeah.
But number one, if you take that AIDS test and it comes back positive, then by law, they can force you to name new names, and they can force you to take the medicine, the AZT, and the stuff to kill you. And because it comes back positive, this is the kicker. If you have sex with somebody, it's a terrorist act. Now, the mystery here is you can't take the test. Because once you take that test, number one, the first thing going to happen is you're going to come back positive. Because it's a conspiracy. You see? You're going to come back positive. Especially if you're conscious, you're going to come back positive. But if they got a sweep, 90% of the time you're going to come back positive because it's a germ warfare thing where they're trying to kill you off with chemicals. In this case, it's the medicine. They don't have the AIDS thing no more because this is what happened. Let me show you the mystery on this. We remember a time motherfucker was shriveling up dying from AIDS. Mainly started with the homosexual community and it leaped on over. Then all of a sudden people don't die from AIDS no more. Two things happen. The ones that want to get them on this expensive medicine, you see what I'm saying? Get them on this expensive medicine, the ones who can afford it.
Right.
The ones who can't afford it, they just go ahead and kill your ass with the AZT. Meanwhile, there is no AIDS. The whole thing here is once they announce you are positive, you automatically, once you're positive now, you automatically have to administer the drugs and they don't have to kill you with actually having the disease out here no more. Because if they had the disease out here the way America fucks, everybody had it. It would have been broken through now. Everybody would have had it. Right. But so they couldn't do that. See, the only reason why they was let it out in the first place because they had to contain it in a certain group. In that case, it was a homosexual community. You see what I'm saying? Now, to put it out here at random, they can't do that because everybody would have it. So it's bullshit. So it's the AIDS test and the medicine that they do to do stuff. So he's playing a dangerous game Because that nigga ain't got no AIDS. And although he is doing a lot for the black community, that's a heavy price to pay. Because the simple fact is you are willfully added to genocide and warfare of your people because you know that they're going to use this shit with this whole AIDS thing. You see what I'm saying?
And you know it ain't no AIDS because you know you ain't got it.
That's right.
So you in on it.
That's right.
So you compromise.
That's right.
You compromising your people.
Your people. You see what I'm saying? So there's always a catch to the shit. Ain't nobody here just doing good and going to have a joyous life and being able to help black people without a catch to it.
You know what, man? It's funny, but since we on this, and we talk about mental illness, because this is an illness, and people who I'm about to mention don't see it as an illness. But what about the men becoming homosexual, black men? I mean, where are the warriors at? I mean, we know the warrior class, the white boys are taking them for sports, but even like them are faggots.
Right.
If you check around.
Right.
But anyway, what is it that's making these brothers homosexual? And for the answer, the other brothers, the ones on the down low, who don't claim to be homosexual, but say they just have, they have tendencies to have fun.
Yeah.
Because these are the ones that's killing the race.
That's right. Now let me tell you. Okay, one, I have to reiterate what I said earlier about these guys, about some of these people being turned into homosexuals through the media and subliminal seduction. And you coming down now looking at a damn dick and getting horny about it, you didn't know where it come from, and a motherfucker done put it there. That's one thing. So you can create, number one, the subliminal seduction, and you could also create a culture where you can train motherfuckers to do that. Now, number two, that is this here too. Hollywood got some shit called, that they're pumping now, it's called Metrosexual. Now, Metrosexual is a man where it's not fashionable to be too much a man, and it's not fashionable to be totally too much a woman. He's in between. He's a metrosexual. He can wear a dress, but he's not gay. See what I'm saying? He can fool around, but he's not gay. He's not too man, not too woman. He's called a metrosexual. Now, it's interesting here because about 15, 16 years ago, I was taking this class, art class at Clark Atlanta University. And I was about 16, 17 years ago, and I was getting ready to go to New York for the shoe design thing. I was in there, and this brother, model-looking brother, real nice. I can get some girls, but I knew something was up because he was telling me I was telling him that I was into the shoe design and stuff, because I found a way to make some money because I was good at this art. And so he took it upon himself to say, you know, the clothing design and stuff like that and stuff. And he was saying, look, I want to design a dress, a masculine skirt for men. I'm looking at this motherfucker like, he said he want him a skirt for men. This is the same metrosexual thing that is going down right now. And they're saying that a lot of Hollywood people are metrosexuals. And so they're trying to make a culture. Whereas if you're going to be the end thing, you're going to have to become a metrosexual. On the other hand, so this is another thing that's fostering you to become gay. But there's another one called the down low male. Now, down low male is a person. Because of their culture they're in, the black culture, and because of the strong, we still have strong family, the mother, and different things like that. That's how I know if we disown niggas, the shit would work with us. Because, hell, every white boy on that football team will say, hey, everybody, but he won't say, hey, mom. Black people say, hey, mom first. So, some type of the culture is they're so closely knitted to the culture too, they don't want to come out as being openly gay. So psychologically, they become what is called a down low male. A down low male is on the down low. He is a person that in his mind he says that I'm not gay. But every now and then if I go get fucked in the ass, it's something like going to play golf.
Right. That's a novelty.
It's a novelty. It's a social experience. You know, I can go in there and put it on and put it back in the closet.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So he can go out, you know, so they say he can be married with a wife and children and everything. You know what I'm saying? And then one day he slip out and go suck that dick.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Or get some dookie love going on.
Right. Hershey Highway.
Hershey Highway. Shit. And then he can come in and put it aside and he say, no, I'm not gay though. And if the woman finds out anything about, he comes to her sister and say, hey, this motherfucker, something ain't right, he will swear out to her and the community about, I am not gay.
Just like Clinton said, I did not have sexual relations. Right?
Right. And so this leads to problems in this particular thing on a social order too. Because these people, they can be real severe in the way they treat women because they actually hate them. And the woman will be confused and she's thinking this is a male thing, a male chauvinist thing or some type of thing like that. And she don't know that this guy is actually gay. He's a down low male. Well, let me let you know another little thing about it, why it's crucial. We're now finding out this, because I'm glad, because this just came up. Now, I had an argument with a brother a couple of years ago when they were saying that you got to count genetics when it comes to black people. They're saying you got to be careful about who you sleep with, because you can genetically have an offspring of somebody that's fucked up. I said, nah, we can't be getting into this kind of shit because, you know, and all this, you know, and all this kind of thing here, and this is an argument going on in 99, first of 2000. But I'm afraid that I'm losing ground because I've seen some case study on this kind of shit. I have seen some people that a woman went with a down low male and hated women, down low male, would jump out the bed in a minute for a faggot, for another man to come over and do what he wants. 6 o'clock in the morning, but won't get up to goddamn go turn off the bathroom light with the woman.
Sick stuff, man.
And she has a baby for this guy a couple of years ago. And now the boy is doubtful. The boy now is a down low male. The child is a down low male. And I have to go back and look at why the Africans and the Egyptians and them, you just didn't marry every motherfucker off the street. And we used to do it in our community. Our parents be like, something ain't right. I know that motherfucker family. We used to do that shit.
Well, there used to be a time, man, when a man married the woman, he had to go ask his father.
Yeah.
Man said, oh, no, I don't like that nigga.
Right.
Don't bring him over here
That's
no more.
right. Right.
And that was it.
That's it. Or either if it wasn't the father, it was the grandmama or somebody be like,
I don't like that nigga.
Now, I know them motherfucking niggas right there. I know their family.
Their whole family ain't shit.
And whole family ain't shit. And it was just something we knew. You know what I'm saying? Now, and I know the Africans had a much more sophisticated way, and the Egyptians, where you just didn't marry motherfuckers just fought out a tree. There was a certain system and scientific thing to do because they know genetically. Now, I know this, and you know this is true. And the brother was saying, look, you see that motherfucker walking around there, just breaking in buildings, breaking in shit, beating old ladies over the head, his pants down his goddamn ankle, and you send your daughter out here because it's fashionable, and she fucked this nigga here and get married to this nigga here, y'all gonna have a fucked up offspring. This is what the brother was talking about in 2000, and guess what? I don't know what I'm thinking because I know women. See, I had we in the black community, we grow up with a lot of people who do not have the father in the home.
Right.
Now, although my mother was married, and 10 years later, my father died in 1970. Till I was like 9, or going on 9 when he died. So basically, it wasn't nothing for us to be without fathers. Either by death or either by a motherfucker not just getting the hell out.
I absentee landlord.
That's right, okay now. But I remember people including my family. Thank God the motherfucker wasn't no psychopath. But my mama, when my father died, was in 1970. My mama separated from him in the early 60s, and I was like a year old when she separated from him. And my other brother was 2, and the baby was just born. Because there's 3 of us, a year behind each other. So we didn't really know our father, but my mama tells us, Mike is just like his father. Mean as the day is long. You just like your father, because you can draw your ass off. And my brother Ollie looked just like him. And was real comical. So we got genetic traits of our father in all of us, and thank God this motherfucker wasn't a psychopath. But I didn't know him. I'm trying to say I didn't develop these things by being reared by him.
Right.
This was in the genetic makeup of him.
Right.
That all 3 of us got part of our father.
Right.
Understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You get where I'm coming from? So we got people, I know people that was raised up and the father died or the father was never around. And the parents are saying, by the time they get 10, 12, 13, they say, he's just like his father. They almost act just like, and the father was never, they never even met the father.
Right.
So that means that genetics could play a part.
Right.
That's proof.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like the movie Bad Seed. That little white girl. The lightning struck the hell out of her ass at the end of the movie.
Right.
But they come to find out it was some other motherfucking mass murderer in the family, and the little girl got the shit.
Right.
The woman's father was a mass murderer, and she didn't know the father, or something like that, or the mother of one of them, and it skipped her, but it got the damn daughter. You know what I'm saying? So now, here's the shit with this down low male cat. And I'm seeing this now, and I'm just not just saying that I don't know single out no homosexuality, because this is in all kinds of things. But I'm seeing this kind of thing here now. This guy was a down low male cat, and now the boy is goddamn down low male. Down low male.
He got tendencies.
Got tendencies. Done got caught sucking a dick when he was in fucking
3rd grade. my man was in dogma, what he having?
No, I'm straight up serious. No, this motherfucker got sucking a dick in daycare. Oh, shit. God damn it. Boy, it's some fucked up shit. That nigga was slopping on my dog in goddamn daycare.
What would you say, man? It was paddling and dog water.
Oh, fuck. Woo, shit. Ain't that a bitch?
Woo. That's rough, man.
I'm telling you.
I thought 3rd grade was up, but you took it all.
No, fuck that. That nigga was looking at Barney, goddamn, slopping on the goddamn knob at the same damn time. But it's some serious shit, though.
Yeah.
So you can pass on shit genetically to motherfuckers. That's why it is key. They used to look and go, And my grandmama was that way. My grandmama would look, and we would argue her down. I'd have friends come to the house, and my grandmama would look at them and treat them bad. I'm like, damn, you such a mean-ass woman. You this and you that. And my mama said, yeah, she's mean. She said, but she's always right when it comes to these things. And sure enough, the nigga be done got over on us or some other fucked up shit. So they used to just know. So that motherfucker, that ain't nothing. Now, I got a friend right now, and my mama used to tell us when we was in high school, he used to be joking and stuff. My mama said, that boy mentally ill. Like, oh, man, well, we was all dumb and stupid, too. We in high school. We don't know no better. Everybody around us act this crazy.
Right.
But what happened was, 10 years later, this nigga still acting this way. And 20 years later, the nigga still acting this damn way. And this nigga about 44 now. Interesting here, when I met his first cousin, they said, have you ever met his mama? And I said, no, I never met the mama. I said, I've seen her one time. He said, no, have you ever talked? He said, they the same damn way. And the thing about it here is he was not raised by his mama. He only saw his mama on holidays. So yeah, that's a major factor.
No, but yeah, because the reason why I mentioned that because I don't know about nowhere, but here in the Washington area, it's prevalent, man. And, and it's amazing how some of these guys, man, be like that. And some of them, just like Samson, Charles Atlas.
Yeah, right.
Hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Damn, I wish I was built like
that's
that.
Right, yeah.
I mean, immaculate built, man. And these niggas, man, they just be showing up punctified.
That's a code word they say for Hollywood. You thinking they got the white woman because they like white women? No, they got the white woman because the white woman will allow them to have a double lifestyle. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So she would be the one that will allow. See, they go and get an average black woman, not unless she is one that's already in the life. Mm-hmm. They're gonna have problems when they find out. When she find out, motherfucker got some coming home smelling like goddamn
ass.
Smelling like fucking chitlins and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With a hint of dookie for some cologne.
Right.
The black woman might trip. And they can't take that chance. So what they do is they go get these white women. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's what happened. Like I say now, take for instance, and I'm sure you know, it's prevalent in the rap industry. Number one, it's known that Quincy Jones is a big-time faggot.
A square business?
Yeah, square business.
I didn't know. No.
And they say that's how, if you want to get somewhere with him, you got to fuck this nigga.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, the list goes on and on.
Yeah, because,
and he's the don over the whole vibe and rap thing.
Yeah, because he is powerful.
Yeah.
And has been for a very long time.
So as a result, Fresh Prince, who everybody knows is gay. Will Smith, come on, man, shit.
Will Smith gay?
Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess
he gets a job, a mediocre rapper. He gets a job, and the next thing you know, he's he's come from a TV star to a major motion picture star. But remember now, his first movie was 6 Degrees of Separation.
Right.
First or second movie. And in that movie, he plays a gay man getting fucked in the ass by a white boy. And guess what? They say he sought after the road.
So he sought after that.
Yeah. Now, but he hooked up with Quincy Jones. The next person hooks up with Quincy Jones to get his TV show at the time. Now, he's a major movie star. It's LL Cool J. I go to New York, the niggas up there telling me, oh, everybody know that nigga gay.
Yeah, and you know what? And the world LLJ mean, ladies love Cool James.
Cool James.
That's what LLJ means.
Right.
Ladies love
Cool
James.
Right.
That's what that shit means.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be a faggot.
He's gay. The list go on. Your boy, he's over all these rappers starting a career. Russell Simmons. Known he's gay.
Even though he married the old Chinese woman.
Yeah. Now check this out. Check this shit out.
Yeah. Mm.
Your boy Puff Daddy goes and stays with him for a minute. They was living together one time. He gets to be a big-time executive like Russell Simmons, and he's gay.
So we say this was fucking around?
It's a whole gay ring. They say Jay-Z is gay.
Man, I can believe that because Jay-Z do look a little strange.
I'm trying to tell you, they're saying that this shit here
it's rampant.
It's rampant. Mm-hmm. And all the ones in Hollywood has got these things, all gay boys.
Because again, and I think it's dangerous because they are coming back and giving that shit to the sisters. Because the sisters are the number one recipient of this shit.
That's right.
And it's coming from them damn old niggas. And they get ready, it's going to get worse when they let them niggas out of prison.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I know that this is going on because I had a friend from Milwaukee that went to Hollywood to get in Hollywood. And he said the first week he was there, he got 2 commercials, and it was a walk-in on a movie. So people like, that's unheard of. We've been out here for months. Mm-hmm. and we don't get no 2 commercials in 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
So that's unheard of. Then they said, then it was talking, somebody offered him the role. He just had the goods and whatever it was, there's some cracker that saw him and said, hey, goddamn it.
I got to have it.
I got to have it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, then he got the call. You got to go somewhere and meet some guy.
Mm-hmm.
He said he went there and was an old-ass Jew man wanting to fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And it was based on where he go, it was going to make him a major Hollywood star based on he do what he had to do. And he said he got in the car.
And changed his name to Bendo.
No, he didn't change the name to Bendo. He got in the car, drove straight to the damn airport, and flew out and been back in Milwaukee ever since. He said, I already know, man. So that whole shit, that whole Hollywood game, it's a whole ritual shit. It's a whole nother world. You know what I'm saying? And I'll guarantee you, Samuel L. Jackson, them niggas all had to fuck somebody. Especially the ones you... And this is when you know now him, I happen to like. But whenever you see a black man that they always tend to put on TV and you don't like, the black community don't like, but they always getting the roles, that's because they'll fuck anybody that want to fuck.
And see, you know, and these
like your girl, Queen Latifah. Now that, people happen to like her, but it's obvious, you know, that bitch, you know.
But
yeah.
You know, but it's amazing though, because people don't like talking about these things, man. But this shit is rampant.
Yeah.
It's rampant, and it's just, you know what, man. Now this is my personal research. I may not research as much as you have because I'm an avid reader, but nowhere in African or Egyptian history was a homosexuality.
Now it's
nowhere.
No. First of all, there's a reason why you can go back in history and you don't find it. Number one, the soul is of one origin. And some say it's a feminine, but it's not talking about the feminine that we talk about.
Not the gender
thing.
Right.
They're talking about the energy.
Right.
When they say energy, they mean energy and not necessarily gender.
Right, the attribute.
Right. And they said that they could tell based on incarnation when a soul got down that they could take it, and if it was a male that it incarnated into, they would have a rites of passage for the male that they could go through, and it could make that soul settle into its maleness. Or a rites of passage of female would make that soul settle into its femaleness. It's only when these rites of passage start to break down that you got this shit haphazardly. The soul comes in, and it might have been a female in the previous life, and it's not and it comes into a male and stuff. But the rites of passage that will cultivate that maleness has been destroyed or been deteriorated, and so the female continues, that other past life thing continues to go into this particular life.
Yeah, you know, it's deep. Let me switch up for the sake of time. I just want to hit 2 more topics. Since we're here dealing with this, let's go right into male and female relationships.
Yeah.
What is wrong? Why is the black woman and black man relationship so dysfunctional? Now, I understand from a point that that's probably what it is too. Because if you elevate the woman,
right,
and you suppress the man,
right,
you're gonna cause division. Because a man has to have a certain responsibility,
especially in this society where we see men.
Patriarchal society.
Patriarchal society. You got to be, so you got to meet the shit some kind of way.
Now,
he's gonna have to lead in this society because it's a form of warfare.
Right. Now,
not in the aspect of, we're not talking about no you inferior, but we say there's certain things he's gonna have to do
as a man.
Pull up to the goddamn plate.
As a man.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Right. Now, take for instance, I do know this about this society. Number one, there's been a lot of things in the last 30 years. A lot of research on the male and the male's ego. You know, through feminism or whatever, we have been checked. And I'm not necessarily saying that we weren't in error, because we follow the white man and he's a damn piece. And some of the things we learn from them. But then again, on the other hand, but I've been finding out, this is being on a spiritual level, that some of the biggest egos are women.
Okay.
So when we think of ego in the last 30 years, we've learned we equate male ego with ego.
Right.
what we don't realize is some of the bigger egos with women, and like C. Freeman L. say, they would have bigger egos because they are driven by so much vanity in this society. They got them, you know, based on how they look. The competition with other males, you know, with other females based on non-adequate amount of males and different things, vanity, and materialism, they would have even a greater ego. How many times you complimented a woman and she said, oh, my hair's fucked up? You're like,
look, man, I just told you you look good.
I just told you you look good.
I just told you you look good.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, what it is to be finding out now that some of the greatest egos is bigger than that, like we thought was man, is actually rooted in these women, and they don't have a system to identify that. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? But yet they all fucked up. Let me give you another example. And this is some stuff that we have to address. And I think that we got it from the white woman. The sisters got it from the white woman. And I think this has a lot to do, and it's prevalent in a patriarchal society where you have an imbalance, where a person is oppressed. In this particular case, do you know that white man didn't like his woman either?
Oh, no.
That's one of his shits.
Oh, no, that's why, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now, but which is grown in the overall society, we realize something, because we've taken on traits of our slave masters. One thing that's now coming up as far as the woman, that we have to come out now with the stuff back there, because there's been a lot of information based on the male, but our woman has gone unchecked on this type of thing here, and we're not trying to bash who we're trying to get to problems. And this is one that is coming out and this is not a survey from the black man's observation, although there's some black men can identify with this, but this was a survey based on black women and what they say. And it's a survey of black women that's not necessarily youthful. In this particular aspect, there's a lot of mature black women that's 40 plus that realizes one thing, and this is very key. That when they were in their early 20s and their teens, in their early 20s and early 30s, that they do not like nice men.
Right, exactly.
They take kindness for weakness.
They like the thug, the bad boy.
Yeah, they like a one, you see what I'm saying? And sometimes that can be a disproportionate, because they can like a nigga that's damn near a deranged psychopath. Mm-hmm. And so they're glutton for punishment, but they don't like nice men. Mm-mm. Now, I did a survey in college because I used to live in a dormitory. And for some reason, because just as I'm popular now on the lecture circuit, I was very extremely popular in college. So what happened was, by me being popular, and wasn't into but I was popular, but I did my own thing. I didn't hang with no in crowd. So therefore, there wasn't no limit on who I used to talk to, and I've been outgoing. I used to talk to everybody. So I would be in the room 1 minute with a bunch of brothers that is straight up brothers, and their sisters love them and all. I'd hang with them, but then again on the other hand, I had a lot of friends that was nerds. And I would, by me being popular, I'd end up in their room and we would be kicking it. And I remember niggas with 4.0 average. They didn't look bad. The women just could not see their potentiality at the particular time, maybe based on their behavior. They were extremely nice brothers.
Right, extremely nice brothers, right.
And them niggas couldn't buy no pussy, couldn't get no girlfriend.
That's right.
And we had a guy named Greg Callis, I remember this. This guy would go to jail every semester we was in college. And in so many words, we took a course in health and mental illness, and what they were saying of mental illness, what we learned in the black community, we think that mental illness is when a person is mentally disturbed or when a person has a nervous breakdown. Right. And goes crazy. Then we say he's mentally ill, but what we don't realize is most black people are functional mentally ill.
Right now.
Right now. So this particular guy was obviously mentally ill because this guy could not stay out of trouble. And every semester he would go to jail, and in his senior year, the school got tired of it and expelled his ass. And guess what? The day his pops came down to pick him up, they had a black girl, and they literally had to pry this girl off this nigga's neck. Mm. Here's a mentally deranged nigga, And he ain't never had no problem with no women. They had to pry this girl off this nigga neck. See what I'm saying? Now you know yourself. You ain't never met no crazy, deranged nigga who didn't have no woman.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And stuff like that. No. So the point, but here it is. There was some guys. Now these guys now, they were 4.0s. They rich niggas now. And by them being conservative, they probably got one wife. And his same old girls looking around saying, why couldn't I meet somebody like that? The nigga was right there with you. You see what I'm saying? And couldn't buy none. Now, it's interesting because in 1987, when they realized that Michael Jordan was a phenomenon that couldn't be beat, and they had pretty much given, they knew that the Magic Johnson under the Larry Bird, they had whipped that horse for so many years. And they realized he was on his way out. They started, 60 Minutes did a special on Michael Jordan. And they asked him, well, how was it with you in college, or how was it with you in high school? He said, I couldn't get no dates.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Couldn't get no dates. The point I'm trying to make here is,